Hello out there, YouTube community. Hope everybody's doing well. I'm doing a video to follow up my worst CGC unboxing ever video, and then I followed that up with I unslabbed some of the books that I plan to submit back to CGC, and this is going to be the continuation of that. So if you want to know what's next, come on back after this short video intro. See you soon. Okay, and we're back. Comic Sniper here, along with my good buddy, my sidekick, Mark III. We are doing the continuation of the worst CGC unboxing video, which I followed up with unslabbing some of the comics that I plan to resubmit back to CGC. But before I can do that, I will need to fix some of the problems that was created due to how we got to the worst unboxing ever, which led to some of the really bad grades. So the books that we have are a couple of Amazing Spider-Man 361. If you haven't seen, by the way, if you haven't seen the those videos first, I would suggest you maybe go back and look at them first and then come back to this video. That way you'll be caught up. Okay, so it's a couple of Amazing Spider-Man 361, which is the first appearance of Carnage, and then I also have the Avenging Spider-Man number 9, which is the first appearance of Captain Marvel. Sorry, Carol Danvers as Captain Marvel, and then I also have. Now this isn't part of the CGC worst unboxing video, but I'm going to throw this in as well because I cracked this open the last time, and this one needs to get pressed, and we're going to look at that, which is X-Men 101 with first appearance of Phoenix. Okay, so those are the books that need some attention, some TLC, and I'm going to show you before and after of what I've done to fix the problems. Okay, so what I'll do is you'll see the books as I show them now what the flaws are, and then right after that I'll cut into after the pressing. So I'll do some video editing and trickery. Okay, so that way you'll kind of see a back-to-back. Hopefully I'll get to fix most of the problems, and then of course they'll be going to CGC along with some other books. I haven't figured out which ones yet, but here we go. So this is the Amazing Spider-Man 361, the first one, and I liberated the label from that as well. So this is the one that got the 9.0. okay, and I'll also be making some predictions after I press them. Okay, so right now the major problem of this one, now there is I'm going to be using the glare that you can see from the sun from the window to help show what the flaws are. So there is a couple of spine ticks right there. They do break a little bit of color. Okay, so I'm not going to be able to do anything with those, but here is the major flaw that I'm going to be pressing out. So there, you can see that right there. That is from a crunch, and it's about, I'd say about 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch long. But what it does is, as you can see, it goes through every page. You can see it there. Look at that. Let's see if we can get this thing to there. So you can see that darker line. If you see how it's darker, that means it got folded, and right up to the, I'll show you the inside page. There. Oops. There you go. And then here, right to the back page, you can see that. And then, of course, the very last page. So that's what I'm going to try to fix, and we'll see how I do with that. Okay, so that is the Amazing Spider-Man 361 9.0. Okay, first up is the Amazing Spider-Man 361, first appearance of Carnage, and the one that we cracked out is the CGC 9.0. Okay, so after some work, the main thing on this book that needed addressing, that brought it down to this grade from anything higher, was the crunch on this corner. And after some pressing, you can see that's gone. Okay, as well as the back cover, nice and flat now. Okay, and it didn't break color, so we're lucky about that. And it did, there was it did go right through the whole book, and I'm glad to report that, you know, it's that's gone too. So nice and flat on the inside pages. So like I said, this is not a perfect, this is not going to be a 9.8. There is several small ticks even on the staples, so I would probably expect a bump from 9.0, maybe conservatively 9.2, if we're lucky 9.4. Okay, so there's enough there to keep it out of the 9.6, 9.8 range, but still nice enough that it shouldn't just be a 9.0, so somewhere in that range. Okay, so pretty happy with the way that turned out. Okay, up next is my second Amazing Spider-Man 361, and this one is the 8.5. Okay, so same with this one. There is though something I can press in the spine. I don't know if you can see that. See how there is a little bit of a crease right there, and I'm hoping to flatten that out. And I believe, I'm just going to take a quick look, and I believe right there too in the back. So there, see that? Hopefully I can flatten that out. It's right above the black here, so it's not that big. So those two flaws on the spine, and I think that wasn't there before, so I'm pretty sure that was also as a result of the shipping damage. It probably pushed the whole book, and it also creased there as well. So here the major flaw, the major crunch is this one here. I'm going to try to focus this in there. So again, it's in that corner, and then let's see, there is a bend there, and the same bend goes through the whole book as well. It's not as severe as the last one, but it does go through the whole book and ends up there, as well as I think there is a line I'm seeing that goes across here, if you can see that. Yeah, so there's that bend. There it is. Yeah, so we'll see if we can get that out too, all at the same time. Okay, all right, that's my second Amazing Spider-Man 361. CGC graded that at 8.5. We'll see how we do with that one. Okay, so this is the Amazing Spider-Man number 361, first appearance of Venom. We pressed this one as well. This was the one that got the 8.5. Okay, so this one got a lot more damage to it, and I'm happy to report the the side that got the most damage was here. There was a long crease right here, and I was able to get that out. It didn't break color, so I'm happy to report that. And as you can see, we got it's nice and flat, front and back cover, as well as the inside pages. So we got all of that out, and that is now ready to go back for regrading. Okay, so same with the 9.0. I don't think this is out of the 9698 range, but it is going to be way better than the 8.5 that it got. So I would say at the very least, I mean, if this got a 9.0, definitely at least it's a better grade bump than that. But I think this is nicer than a 9.0. It should be a 9.2. Okay, I would give it a 9.2 even with those flaws. A 9.0 I wouldn't be too upset about, because at least we got we're up from here, and if we got a 9.2, that's bang on. And if we got a 9.4, consider it lucky. You know, maybe some retribution from what happened, because it's basically costing me double to basically resubmit it back in based on that damage. So next up, we have the Avenging Spider-Man number 9, and this one I liberated from the slab that was graded 8.5. Okay, so and the flaw on this one is going to be a lot tougher because it's on the spine side right there. See that? And it's about 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch long too, and there is a couple of spine stresses in that area too. That's all going to be all at the same time, so it's all affected in the same way, as you can see right there. Check that out. And the reason why I got an 8.5, it went through the whole book. Let's see if we can get to the centerfold. I'll show you that. Okay, here we go. So you can see that crunch there. Let's see if we can. There. Check that out. And of course, right to the back page, I got hit pretty heavy. So this is going to be a lot of work. And this one here, it actually got a lot heavier. Check that out. That's about at least 1 inch long. See that right there? Okay. And yeah, we'll work on that and see how it goes. So that's the Avenging Spider-Man number 9, 8. Moving right along, the next book that needed addressing was the Avenging Spider-Man number 9, first appearance of Carol Danvers versus Captain Marvel, and this one got an 8.5 as well. This book needed a lot more work. Took me some extra tries, because this one, the main damage on this was in this corner. There was a little bit, I'm not sure if I showed that there, but there was a little bit of in this corner. You can see nice and flat now. Anything in the front is anything in the back is gone. There is no crease in the back. But the main issue, again, on this one was a huge crunch that was here. It basically, this one took a lot more work to get out, and I'm happy to show you that I was able to centerfold or close to it. So yeah, it came out really nice. I'm really happy with it. Check that out. So nice and there's no more lines that go across here. There was several crunches from, if you remember, from before. So that I'm really happy with. As far as the grade goes, what did I expect out of this one? There is a light color like gloss right here. It's just from, I guess, a little bit of rubbing, and there's one. See that there's one spine tick right there. That one does really have a little white on it. And aside from that, see much else. Maybe there's another one there. A total of 3. So I would expect probably a 9.2 to 9.4. So it'll still be in that range. So it's going to be better than the 8.5 that I got. It didn't, definitely having all that the crunch would it deserved an 8.5. But since that's all gone, assuming that they don't find any, I've gone through this book as well with a fine-tooth comb, and there's nothing else on this book. It's pretty good. I'll make sure before I submit it that all the fingerprints are gone. And lastly, this is the X-Men 101 for Experience of Phoenix, and this one is the CBCS 7.5. Now this wasn't part of that, like I said before, this wasn't part of that video, but I did make a video with this book in it, and as some of you agreed with me, it was worth unslabbing and resubmitting, because this has a lot of pressable defects that we can get out. First off, the upper right corner here, it's going to take me a little bit of time. See if you can see that, starting right about there, and it goes upwards there. See that? A slight crease, but it is there. Okay, and then along the edge here, how you can see, if you can see pretty much it goes right along the whole entire page. And it's let's see if we can, sometimes it's easier and better to look at it from the inside page. Okay, right there you can see. So that's basically running the entire book, that overhang. See that? There's a little bit of a line. You can see that. Okay, that will come, that should come right out. And then there is also, I believe, here, if I can do this correctly, there's also a dent in the middle page here. There. It'll be right there, right. See that? That's a nail dent, or at least a page dent. Okay. It's the only time you're gonna see that is if you hold it up to the light like this. And there's also another one in the middle. I'm just trying to find it here. I believe it's right there somewhere. Let's see if we can get the glare to show it off here. See there. And none of these break color, so that should come out as well. There's also near this on the spine, near the staple there. There you go. Can you see that? There's that line right there. No. There, that's better. Again, non-breaking, but it is there, and that's quite a long one too. That's about 1 inch or so long. Okay. There's also, and now on the back, there is just some light, little bit of light soiling in that area there. It's not too drastic. Definitely nothing too bad. There's a little bit right there. All in all, nothing really to concern about. And there's this right here. It's a bit of a kink, or let's see, there, right, just there. Now you can see it. Okay, that's one. And then here's a big one. Check this out. Look how long that is. See, it starts all the way from here all the way in diagonal. So that's a big one, and you could, and that one, if I held it like that, you couldn't even see it, barely. There's a little bit of ripple right there, but there's another slight creasing or denting right there too. So that also is non-color breaking. And then I think there is a couple of small creases on the spine. Very, 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 very light. I don't even think the camera will pick this up. It's so light. But aside from that, well, those are the major ones. So that is the issues that I need to work on this book. And now you can see how they graded that, why they graded that a 7.5. But hopefully we'll do some magic and we'll get those sorted out. Okay, so X-Men 101, 7.5. And then the last book I liberated from its encapsulation is the X-Men number 101, First Appearance of Phoenix. Okay, and this one is a CBCS, and it got the 7.5 grade. It even has a little check mark that signifies that it's nicer than the grade it's getting. So, and I agree with that, because there was a lot of pressable flaws on it, and we're going to go through them one by one. I even made notes to because I wanted to make sure I caught all of the defects, and that I was able to inspect them to make sure that I was able to take care of them. Okay, so first up was the upper corner. There was a crease right there. Well, there was a crease right there. You're gonna have to you have to either go back to what previously and watch what what I found. But there was a crease right there, and you can see the glare is gone now. Okay, so that's nice. And then there was, all along the front was an overhang. So, and as you can see, managed to flatten that right out. So no more overhang. which none of it broke color. So all along here, as you can see, it's nice and flat and no color breaks. If you take a look at the back, the inside cover, check that out. Okay, that's nice. What else do we have? Also, there was a dent, a page, like a nail dent, right about in this area, somewhere in here, I believe, which is also gone. Let's see right through that whole thing. There's no dent there anymore. As well as here, there was a little nasty little dent there. Okay, that's gone as well. And then, so sometimes it's best to inspect it from the inside. Okay. What else do we have? Oh, the upper staple here. There was a long crease coming off of here, and then even the bottom one had a small one. You can see that is now gone. There's the staple. Now it did have a slight mark, as most staples will, do. So there's nothing I could do about that. There is a tiny tick there that's white. So that I can't do anything about. But as far as the long, 1 inch, 3/4 to 1 inch crease, that's gone. What else do we have here? There was, oh, okay, so that takes care of the front. So as far as the back, there was some soiling in this area. That's gone, as well as here. I managed to get that out, and there was, I believe there was some around here as well. So that came out, as you can see, came out nice and clean. It's now minty fresh. So I was able to also, there was a light, it was losing a little bit of sheen, so I was able to get back a little bit of gloss back into, just by getting rid of some of the grime. I was able to get back a little bit of gloss too, so I'm pretty happy with that. Up here on this edge, there was a huge, like, dent, or little kink that was right in this area. That flattened out, and with no aftermarks, no breaking color on that, so that was good. And then here was the big one. This had a long crease right here. It was very light crease, but it was very noticeable, and that is also gone, as well as the bottom part here. There was a light one. That's also gone too. So that is going to be one of the biggest factors that's going to help get this fade bump. So, and then and as far as the spine is concerned, you check that out. Look at that. Nice and clean. So this book now, and of course, take a look at the inside pages. Make sure nothing on the inside pages had any more flaws. It didn't need any. There was nothing on the inside pages that needed addressing, so I'm pretty happy with that. So very clean. Everything else is in order. There we go. So all in all, this 7.5 grade, with the way I was able to get everything out. If this gets if it goes from a 7.5 to a 9.0, I would be really happy with that, because there is a slight blunting. It's hard to see that. I don't know if you can see that. See how there is that is a little slight blunted corner. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's a slight. Let's see what was there. Right on the corner, there's maybe like a 1/16 of an inch crease. So that's another one there. And if I needed to be picky again, I would probably say maybe that ever so slight blunt on that corner too. So again, and then of course there's a couple of staple ticks on the top of this one that came from that crease that I was able to get out, but I can't do anything about the ticks. Okay, so with 1, 2, I guess 4, I wouldn't be opposed to a 9.0, but I think this is better than that. It can probably get to the 9.2 range. 9.4, I don't know, because I think, what was it that I was, because there is some slight, it's not a white pages, like it's not completely white. It does say white pages here, so right, but I don't, it's pretty close. It's almost bordering on off-white to white pages, so it can go either way. Okay, so that's yeah, so I'm probably thinking 9.0 with a good possibility for a 9.2, so somewhere in that range. So okay, and that is the 4 books so far. So that is those ones that I was able to liberate from their slabbing, and so this is going to be the next update. After this, I'm also going to be adding a few more books into this to make my submission a little bit more. Let's see if I do believe I'm going to be submitting a Amazing Spider-Man 194 first appearance of the Black Cat. This is not a high grade copy by any means. I believe this one, if I get a 7.5 on this one, there's some issues with this one, but it's still a nice book to have graded, especially. So yeah, I'm thinking maybe a 7.5. I'll have to look it over again. I haven't gone over it, and if there's any flaws that I can fix on it, definitely will be doing that. But I believe it's from my notes, I think this is a 7.5 copy. Okay, so that's it for this video, guys. Thank you very much for joining me. Again, this is a continuation of, I didn't know this was going to be an ongoing series, but it's starting out that way, and it's okay. You know what? I'm having fun making it. So, and thank you very much to all my new subscribers. So all my subscribers, including my new one, especially, because you will start to see some names coming up of my new subscribers. So thank you very much for joining us and finding me. And if you want to be on my future videos as well, all you have to do is subscribe, and that's all. And eventually your name will be on the screen as well. So definitely take part and participate in that. And if you like what's going on with my videos, if you like what you see, definitely please hit that like button. I appreciate you guys doing that, and that way it keeps me motivated to go on and keep making more videos and keep updating you guys on the progress of what's happening. And then if you, of course, being updated with the progress, if you hit the notification bell, that will make sure that you guys get notified of my upcoming videos, so you don't miss the progress that's going to be going on from here as I progress through the CGC resubmission process. Okay, so you guys will know when that happens, when I get the books back and so forth. That's going to take a little bit of time, but I'll definitely make a video updating everything just to finish everything off. And then please hit me with a comment. Tell me what you think. Any suggestions you might have, and so forth. It's always welcome. I do my very best to answer any questions or comments that is left for me. I try to do it the best I can, as fast as I can. So guys, just be a little bit patient sometimes. You know, life does happen, and you know, I don't sit in front of my computer all day. But definitely I will get back to you if you leave a comment, and you know, I love hearing all the suggestions and all your ideas, so keep them coming. All right, so that's it for this video, guys. Again, thank you very much for joining my channel, and as you guys are doing your submissions to CGC, CBCS, or PGX, or you're buying all those slab copies, whether they be, you know, from any of those graders or even raw ones, just make sure you enjoy the hunt. Okay, guys, thank you very much. Have a great day. Bye bye.